Today is Tuesday, August 12th, 2025, and it is Yom Shlishi, the third day of the week, the 18th day of Av, 5785. The Parsha is Eikev. The Daf Yomi today is Avodah Zarah 55. And this is the PL-89 calendar, aka PL-89 Quantum Gematriatic Thought Calendar. And it was called the Mercury Thought Calendar, but because of the Roman mythological deity Mercury, I'm not calling it that much, although I am mentioning Mercury by name because it is connected with the planet. So I will often use its Hebrew name. So it's called the Koach calendar. And Koach is an acronym for Kochav Chama, which is the Hebrew word for the planet of Mercury, and it's more appropriately named because it's Kochav Chama. It's the star or the planet that is closest to the sun. And so that's why in Hebrew it's called Kochav Chama. So it's called the Koach calendar. And it's very appropriately called the Koach calendar because 28 is a big number. It's actually at the corner, and it's one of the determinative numbers for many reasons in this calendar. And it's right. Usually the numbers on the corners, I call them the determinative numbers because they're numbers that you can look at them and they're not just, at least to me, and maybe some people would see it differently. They would see it that many numbers are more also determinative, but the ones at the corners really tell you what it's about. For example, 40 is a determinative number, and it's at the corner. And why is it determinative? Because the way the calendar goes, it's got 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9, and then it cuts off at 40. So the calendar goes this way: 8, 17, because you're going 8 plus 9, 25 plus 8, and then 34 plus 9, and you go plus 8 again, but it doesn't go to 42. 34 plus 8 will go to 2 because it cuts off at 0. So you see how the 40 is the cutoff? Now, it's interesting that 40 both are at both corners, here and here. So you can see why 40, this calendar is based on 40, and 40 is at the corners. So you can see at least my reasoning why I called it a determinative number. Same thing with 20. When you get to this side, 20 is also on the corner, and you can see a very clear relationship between 20 and 40. It's much easier to see the connection between 20 and 40 than 3 or 17. So that's why these are determinative. And 8, of course, is, and 28 as well. There's 8 days, and of course there's 2 40-day months. And there's other determinative numbers as well that go in the same category. 28 plus 12 is 40, and 12 is in the status of determinative because when you get to the box, it's actually the day 12, meaning on the calendar, is box 12. It doesn't happen with most of the numbers that way. There's few numbers on this calendar that when you get to that day on the calendar, the box actually says that number. Like 8 is the first day, so 8 is not 1. Okay, the second day is 17. 17 is not 2. The third day is 25. So you get the idea. 25 is not 3. 34 is not 4. Even though it ends with 4, but it's not 4. 35 is not 2. 6 is not 11. 7 is not 19. 8 is not 28, but it has the end. But when you get to 16, it is box 16. In the same pattern, and there's a few numbers like that it's probably easily explained in arithmetic, but I don't understand the reason why 14 would be like that. Why would 14 be that way? What does 14 have to do with 8 plus 9? Meaning when you get to the 14th day of the month, it's in box 14. Another box 12 is like that. When you get to the 12th day of the month, it's box 12. I can kind of see that because even though I can't explain it so clearly, but I would say the reason is that because 28 is a primary number, is a determinative number, and 40 is also. So the difference between 28 and 40 is 12. So, like, just intuitively, I would say that that's the reason why 12 is a determinative number as well. Another number like that is 30. What does 30 have to do with it? But when you get to the 30th day of the month, counting from the beginning of this month, box number 30 is actually the 30th day of the month. It's not so with every other number for it, that whole month. It's 14, 30, 12. 12, it's like that. And what else is like that? I think that's it, except for 16 and 32. 32 I can understand because 32 is double 16. That would make sense to me. But those are basically the determinative, as I call them, numbers, and those are numbers treated with special significance. Now, today is the 18th day of Av, and we are on box 33. So you can tell 33 is not. It's a very important number, but it's not a determinative number in this calendar. But what's interesting is that the 18th day. Sometimes what I'm saying is based on rules of astrology that I just assume. Sometimes I'll go right into it, assuming that everybody knows it, but I'll go quickly saying that there are a few types of months. 3 types of months, basically. It's called cardinal, fixed, and mutable, and those are basically the 3 months of the season. Like, let's say the 3 months of the summer of July, August, September. Some might call it like late June, July, and late August, or it goes into let's just call it the summer months are July, August, September, let's say. The spring months are April, May, and June, and so forth. So those are the 3 types of months. And in this dispensation, as I call it, is that the fixed months are starting the year, the Koach year. I'm going to call it God willing, from now on, I'm going to start calling it Koach. And Koach is referred to planet Mercury, but I won't call it Mercury because Mercury is a mythological deity, and especially that we're learning Tractate Avodah Zarah, and I like to be extra careful. Talking about people who throw stones that's the way they worship the idol, by throwing stones at it. So they're talking about it a lot. It brought that to my awareness. I'm always talking about Mercury. It's like almost like, God forbid, when I'm saying it's like Cain. I'm giving it honor because I'm talking about it so much. God forbid, that's not my intention. But sometimes these forces, they try to take advantage, even if you're not aware, and you're constantly talking about it and saying, this is the Mercury calendar, So it could be like Cain, it's venerating it a little bit, or at least giving it honor, or you get the idea. I wasn't doing it intentionally, and I repent for any, Cain Avodah Zarah if it was that. So it's no longer called the Mercury calendar. It's called the Koach calendar, which is based on planet Mercury, which, I have to use it. It's an English word, and people have to know. People don't know what Koach is. I have to say Koach is planet Mercury, but Bli Neder, I will always be doing that going forward for that reason. So, in the Koach calendar, one Koach is also a name for the year, which is 88 of our days. 88 24-hour days is, you know what, I can just start calling it Koach, and people who watch my videos will start knowing that I mean Mercury by Koach. So I'll just say, Koach, it takes Koach 88 Earth days, according to published data, 88 Earth days to orbit around the Sun. And so 88 days ago, it was Friday, May 16th, which was an important day on the Jewish calendar. That day was Lag BaOmer. And what makes it very interesting, and why I really am what keeps my enthusiasm alive and keeps me going, let's put it that way, is I see these incredible connections that I myself did not plan, but there are perfect and uncanny connections that anyone in, say, the Jewish world would see that it is true. Like, for example, the fact that this dispensation starts the fixed months would make it so that the 18th day of every month is going to end up on box 33. But why is that interesting? It's not interesting in Av, because the 18th of Av, not sure what that's, it might have something to do with 33, but I don't really know. But in the month of Iyar, which is also a fixed month, the fixed months are Av, Iyar, Shvat, and Cheshvan. Those are the four groups those types of months are called fixed. And this dispensation is holding the fixed months as the starters. May, Iyar, is a fixed month. And what is the 18th day of Iyar? It's Lag BaOmer. And Lag BaOmer is the 33rd day of the Omer. So there's a very, very clear connection between 33 and 18 in this calendar. And what makes it so exciting is that I didn't plan that. When I was counting it back in May, I think it was last year was in the same dispensation. When it was May and it was the Omer time, and we were counting the Omer, and I was like, today is this, May this, Iyar this. When I got to Iyar 18, I'm like, wait a minute, it's Lag BaOmer today, and the box says, as you can see, 33. So my sensibility, and I think many would agree, this is not a coincidence. It's not just a lucky, you happen to hit the right number. No, it's not like that. There are mathematical laws that are enacting all these things that made the whole idea of Lag BaOmer, the whole idea of, it gets better because this is called the Gematriatic thought calendar. Now, it's a thought calendar because it detects all the thoughts that come into reality in a timely manner, in a Gematriatic manner, as it were. And I started studying the work by the Ramchal called the Kalach Pitchei Chochmah, which is the 138 openings of wisdom. And just today, or yesterday really, but is the part, I'm on the 6th opening, and opening 6 and 7 is talking about the Sefirot. Maybe it's 5, 6, and 7, but today definitely he references Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai on the day of Lag BaOmer of this Koach year, which parallels exactly, we're on 33, right? Today, 33. And exactly 88 days ago, we were in this box. It was Lag BaOmer, the real Lag BaOmer. But 88 days later, which is the Chai Av, right? I'm reading in the book that I started, and this chapter, this opening, is talking about the Arizal and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. So how does that happen? That I decided to read exactly the amount of days that I'll get to on this day. How did that happen? Can anyone explain how that happened? I can't. But I can just report them. So that's the really cool thing about today. We're in box 33, but 22. Generally, I could say that the secret of the alphabet are those 22 letters, and that's really the essence of the Kabbalah is the understanding the secrets of the letters. Comes to mind that there's something called Otiot de Rabbi Akiva, the letters of Rabbi Akiva, and Rabbi Akiva was also known as Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. He knew the secrets of the letters, the mystical secrets of the inner dimension of the Torah, and someone I clicked on a video that mentioned Rabbi Akiva Eger. So you can connect the letters, the mystical secrets of Shimon Bar Yochai. 22 can go to that. So those are my ideas and musings on the PL-89 Koach calendar for Chai Av, which is the same Koach year. 88 days ago was Lag BaOmer.